Hi Jamie. So I'm going to do a quick little video tutorial or not tutorial review of your website real quick. If you hear noises in the background, I apologize. My little one's watching her tablet behind me. Okay, so I haven't gone through your website yet, so I'm going to kind of walk through it with you as I go. First thoughts is gorgeous photo. I love sort of the vibe you get when you first land on your page. I love your sort of watercolor hand-drawn logo. If anything, right now my first critique would be to move this menu over a little bit. I feel like it's a little bit, I keep pointing with my fingers and you can't see my hands, but I feel like it's a little bit squished this way. I think if you could scoot it over and give you a little bit more space up here, there's a lot of dead space right here. So if you could just scoot that over. But I love that everything above the fold here, the first thing people see is this beautiful photo. The menu up here that's nice and big and easy to follow, so I think that's awesome. So if I scroll down, okay, you have where you're located here. I would say one thing I would do is when you have a paragraph like this, maybe break it into two small paragraphs, because just like me as kind of being ADD a little bit, I look at this and I go, okay, I'm going to read the first like two, maybe three sentences, and then I feel like it just gets too wordy. So if you break it up into two like mini paragraphs, I think people might read it more. So I could even, like, I would say break it off right here, and then the second paragraph be like, what does lifestyle photographer mean? Because I think you want people to see that. And so if it gets kind of lost in the middle of this paragraph. So make a break right here and then make a second paragraph right below it that says, what does a lifestyle photographer mean? Or what does lifestyle photography mean? And then describe it right there. Okay, and then you've got your links here, although, yeah, okay, I can click on them. Perfect. And then your testimonials. Your work is so pretty. Latest on Instagram. I love how this Instagram layout is. I'd be curious to know how you did this, because I hate the way my Instagram layout on my website looks. So if this is a WordPress site, will you let me know how you did this? Because it's really cool. Okay, and then featured on. Yes, baby, you can. Sorry about that. Okay, so then I love the paragraph down here. Oh, it is ProPhoto. Yes, I want to know how you do this because I use ProPhoto as well. This is perfect. I'm going to kind of assume that this might be on every page. If it's not, I would definitely put it on every page. Looks good. I think your homepage looks awesome. The only thing I would change is move this over a little bit so it's a little more centered and you lose this dead space here. It's just a little more like visually appealing. And then break up this paragraph right here. Okay, about. And I don't know that it would normally take this long to load. I think that my computer's being kind of wonky today. So let's see. Hang on. I don't know why it's not. Let me try a different one. Let's go to portfolio. Let's go to details. Let's see if it lets me go somewhere there. There we go. Okay. Ooh, I like this. Okay, so client information, investment. You got the same base on here, perfect. From advice on what to wear to everything you need to know when booking your photography session, you've landed in the right place. Click on the client information photo and you will find frequently asked questions, wardrobe tips and tricks, as well as some helpful advice to achieve your vision. Okay, so let's go client information. I like the font on here. It's really nice. It's still easy to read though. Okay, perfect. All right, and then if I go back to investment, I don't think you need all this wording right here. I think it's a lot. I really think that all you need is like a quick little summary, or maybe move this down below, because honestly people are they're not going to read through this because they're ready to look down here and see what this is. So maybe either move this below, break it up a little bit, or even do like bullet points. Okay, and then you've got your collections here. Perfect. And then you go into what they include. Awesome. Okay. Yeah, like the additional info piece, I think like I like this down here. I don't know. I feel like this is a little bit too much wording right here. People are probably going to skip right over it and go straight down here. So I feel like you're kind of wasting space here with this. I would either move it down or do something else with it. Okay, let me try the about again because I don't know why it wasn't loading before. And if it still won't load, you might have someone else look at it and just see if it's my page or if it's there it is. Okay. Okay. So I'm gonna skim over it real quick. So I would change where it says as a flower mound photographer. It is so important to me to share who I am. I think that sounds a little too forced. I would just say, I would even leave out the whole photographer. I would say, it's important to me to share with you who I am so that you feel connected to the person that's going to be capturing your family's most precious moments or something like that. And then what I would do is I would maybe do bullet points. Like, it's people read bullet points. It's been studied and proven, and all there's percentages and stuff, but people tend to like, they want to just get information as quickly as they can. And so if they have to read through all of this, their brain is having to burn a lot of calories and it's going to like not do it. So I would break this up into bullet points or like little sections and talk about like travel. And you could kind of put some of those stuff in there for travel. You could talk about your family in another bullet point, like just kind of tone it down just a little bit. And then photography is something that's passion of mine. And since you're a family photographer, I definitely think talking about your family and like how you as a mom can help other moms relate to the whole family portrait photography experience is really good. And so, oh, I love this. Okay, perfect. I would just say maybe scale down the wording a little bit and maybe make it a little bit easier to read. But it's a beautiful photo. It matches your style really nicely. Your little video down here with your submission information, that's so cool. Okay. Let's go to blog. And I actually like the way you have your menu and logo done on the rest of these pages. I don't know if you might even consider doing that on your home page too, just because it's really pretty that way. And I like that it kind of breaks up the menu a little bit. So that's kind of nice. Okay, this looks great. Nothing I would change here. Contact page. Perfect. Looks good. Portfolios. Again, I don't know that you need all of this info. Like, I don't know. I feel like it's just, there's a lot of wording on your site, and I know it's probably things you want people to know and say to them, but I feel like it can be done either in emails or in like a welcome guide. What I do that might be helpful to you is anytime someone opts into like anything I'm giving away, whether it's a session, like a session guide or a free download or whatever, they go into an email sequence that automatically activates. And they get like 6 or 7 emails over the course of 2 or 3 weeks that go through like the process. Like for me with like my boudoir sessions, they get like an email that talks about basically all the things I want them to know about a boudoir session. So it talks about choosing your outfits. It talks about why I do hair and makeup. It talks about, the studio. It talks about these things. So you could take the information on your website where you talk about like not being nervous about family sessions. Don't let it be, it can be stressful and uncomfortable, but I get it. I've got 2 boys. I get nervous too. And this would be an amazing email that when someone contacts you or downloads your guide or whatever you want to give them, then this is the information they get in an email. And if you are doing that over a course of a couple of weeks, then you are staying fresh on their mind, and it's going to help them want to hire you when they're ready for family portraits. So I think you could take some of this wording out, simplify it to like maybe just a couple sentences, and then have your galleries. I think your client testimonials honestly are going to be way more powerful than anything that you write down here. So definitely keep those. But I think that like just kind of limit the wording you put on everything else. And then on every single page, add a link to your contact form. On your about page, put like a little thing that says, hey, I'd love to chat with you. Let's get in touch with me, and put a link to the contact page. At the bottom of every gallery, put a link to your contact. I know you have it here, but make it as obvious as you possibly can for people, even right above here. Ready to book your session, click here, whatever it might be. So your portfolios look great. I think your whole website looks amazing. There's just a couple little things I would change. One is the adding the contact button to everything. Kind of fix this space right up here, make it a little more visually appealing with your logo and your menu. I still kind of like the idea of moving your logo to the middle like it is on other pages. I just think that would help it to stand out. And especially with the photo you have here with all this negative space up here, it would definitely help, kind of draw the eye to that middle. And then just kind of go back and look at your wording, and, maybe even let somebody that's not a photographer look at it and just see how, like, ask them like, hey, did you actually read the writing that was on there, or is it too wordy? Don't, and just tell them that you want them to be honest. Like, it's not going to hurt your feelings, but you just want to know, because if I know that if you've put a lot of time and effort into coming up with the perfect wording, and if nobody's reading it, it's not doing any good. So I think that that wording you've created could be better used in other ways, like through email marketing and Facebook posts and things like that. So that's just my 2 cents. If you have any questions, let me know. Your website's beautiful. I think the layout's great. I'm sure you're getting tons of inquiries from it. But yeah, if you have any questions, let me know.